Guys, thank you so much for hopping on at 11 a.m. Eastern Time on this amazing Sunday morning. I really appreciate you guys coming back on and spending time with me. Today is part two, part two of talking about how it is to deal with being alone on, on a holiday, right? And I'm hoping in this, in this video, I can share more great tools on what you can do to cope with being alone on the holidays. So one thing that I came up with that I will be doing for the holidays, for New Year's Eve and even on Christmas Day is I will be spending some time to reflect, and just write down all the emotions and write down all the things that I've been through that are just no longer serving me anymore. And that all the pain, all the anxiety, all the stress, all the worry, all those things that are just not doing any justice or serving my life anymore. I'm just going to vomit it out all on a piece of paper and get all those emotions out. Just get everything out that again that's no longer serving me. And then I'm going to write out, my goals. I'm going to write out what are some, how do I want my mind, how do I want to start thinking? How do I want to start feeling? What are the things that I want to, people and places and opportunities do I want to attract in my life, right? Whether you believe in laws of attraction or not, it's just getting all those emotions out, right? Onto a paper can be therapeutic, right? I know that it's been helping me a lot, as a coping mechanism, as getting through the tough situations that I've been through COVID, is honestly taking some time to reflect, and just writing it all out, right? And it's just so crazy because half of the things that we tend to worry about, hasn't even happened yet, I know that on the holidays, you're looking at, oh, I'm alone for the holidays. This sucks. I should have been with this person, and I'm alone. And you start thinking, or it sucks. We can't even go visit family because of COVID. And if only the COVID situation didn't happen. If only they had found they fixed this COVID situation and there wasn't lockdown. And then we just think about all these things that what ifs, or how come, and we just kill our mind with all these negative thoughts. So that's why I really think that taking some time writing out, all your emotions and how you're feeling, and then also writing out, all the good things that you have learned through this year, that you have seen growth in yourself, right? Take this time, being by yourself is kind of like I feel like a time to kind of like reflect on the whole year, right? Take some time to like reflect on the whole year. So even if you are by yourself for New Year's, or you are by yourself for Christmas, again, take that time to just reflect, dig deep inside of you and say, okay, great. What are some wins that I had this year, right? Or is there any areas that you had wins? Are there any areas that you were proud of yourself? Are there any areas that you feel that going forward into the new year that you're going to do things differently and you're excited, right? Or you're looking towards great and amazing things that you would like to happen in the new year. Just start building that momentum inside of you, to get yourself out of that negative headspace, or that that negative emotions. Because at the end of the day, I find that when life happens to us and we're put in certain situations to be by ourselves, it's time for us to, those are the times that, it's so important to take some time to like just reflect on, what can you do to make yourself better going forward, right? Work on yourself mentally, emotionally, because when we're put in that situation to be by ourselves in the toughest moments, like on the holidays, or a holiday comes up and all that stuff like that, it's just like these are things that we could take the times to just show ourselves that self-love. reflect. And trust me, shit, I know it's not easy. It is hard to take the time to, like, instead of focusing on what you don't have, focus on what you do have, because like our mind is like playing like a broken record over and over and over again of those negative thoughts and those negative emotions that we feel deep down that we can't control, but we can control it. How we can take hold of it and control dealing with the sadness or thinking about all the negative shit about what's not serving you right now, with you being alone on the holidays and not being with that significant other that you wish you were with for the holidays, is taking the time to say, you know what, life is not happening to me, it's happening for me. What can I take and learn from all this stuff that happened? And when you really take some time to reflect, you really think about it and say, you know what, at the end of the day, it's better to be alone, right, than deal with the stress or headache of that person, maybe you guys potentially getting a fight, or maybe you guys arguing, or him putting you down, or him not doing something for you for Christmas, or New Year's comes around and he argues with you and you guys are starting that new year arguing. Or there's so much possibilities. If that person has walked out of your life, there's a reason why they walked out of your life, right? There's a reason why he's not there or she's not there for Christmas or for the New Year's this year. It's just, look at it in a sense, and this is how I'm trying to look at it, is that it's a new beginning. It couldn't have come at a better timing this year, because at the end of the day, it's like, it's time for me to flourish. It's time for me to become a better version of myself. It's time for me to walk on this next path by myself and learn how to love me more, right? And I think that taking that time, on Christmas and New Year's, to like really sit down and reflect on what are the good things that came out of this year. It's just like, and letting go, just releasing all the frustration, anger, and hurt. It's going to give you time to like really work on you and really heal you, so then that way you can move forward and onward. And again, all this advice that I give to you guys, I'm doing it. I'm in a place right now, and I'm going to be open and real and raw with you guys. I'm in a place right now where I'm doing the same damn shit. I'm doing the same thing. Like I'm sitting down and I'm like reflecting as much as possible. And the emotions and the feelings that we're having, the anxiety or the thoughts of remembering the last Christmas with that person, or remembering the last New Year's with that person. Like, we're remembering, like, coming up to the holidays, we're remembering all this shit, and it's driving us freaking crazy. I know, because it's driving me crazy. So I don't know if anybody can relate out there, but it's driving me freaking crazy. And then it's just like, shit, that's the past. That I need to and I stop and I say to myself, that was the past. But how many Christmas, and I don't know if anybody can relate out there, but for me, there's so many Christmas that we got into an argument and he ruined Christmas for me. There's so many Christmas that he didn't get me anything. Or there's so many, New Year's where we would get in an argument, and it's just like he would accuse me of stuff. So it's just like, again, it's like the peace that I have right now going into this New Year's and this Christmas, it's like a tug of war, right? One of my mindset, I don't know if you guys can relate. One of my mindset, I'm thinking about all the good times that I had with that person. I'm remembering the memories of, us spending Christmas together. I'm remembering New Year's. I'm just, focused on all the past and all the good times. But then it's just like right now, I'm thinking about, man, I'm at peace. I have no one that's arguing me. I don't have to worry about if, that person is gonna, ruin my Christmas, or that person is not gonna get me anything, or if that person is just gonna fight with me on New Year's and I bring in New Year's arguing. I don't have the stress, well, the worry of like that negativity drawing me down on a holiday. And it's like at the end of the day, I'm like at peace with like me starting the new year fresh, stronger, wiser, and just ready to start this new journey in my life going into 2020. But at the same time, I have those flashes and those feelings of like the past. And I'm just like thinking about that person, and I'm just like, oh man, it kind of sucks. I'm not with that person. I don't have anybody I'm celebrating New Year's with, or oh man, I don't have nobody I'm celebrating Christmas with. But at the end of the day, I have me, right? I thought about it and I'm like, I have me. You have somebody, you have you, right? If you're healthy, if you're alive, you have a nice home. You have so much to be grateful for. And that's the thing. I started to remind myself that Christmas and New Year's and these holidays is to spread love and be grateful for what you do have, and not it's not time to focus on what you don't have. It's to be grateful for what you do have, right? And trust me, you guys, I'm going through it. I know it's easier said than done to be like, oh, sit there and be grateful and change your mindset. It's like we know these things, but then it's like our mind is just pulling us into like a really shitty place, and we're feeling anxiety, we're feeling stress, we're feeling nervous as the holidays keep coming up, with us thinking, shit, like we're not going to be celebrating it with that person. But at the end of the day, like I said, like just look at it as like it's a new beginning. It's a new beginning, a new journey for you. You're fresh, literally a fresh start. And take some time to just really just write it all out. Write it all out on paper, just vomit out all your emotions. And if you need to cry, cry. If you need to, get angry or frustrated, then do that, right? But at the end of the day, like it just look at it in the sense that it's your timing. It's all about you. Don't focus your mind on the what you don't have, or the past, or that other person. Focus on you. Focus on what you're doing. Focus on where you're going, and just take your mind and just consume it to move forward into the future, and not stay stagnant into the past. Because at the end of the day, you got to look at it. They're doing, like, if somebody left you, they left you for a reason, right? Like, it's just, that's their journey, that's their path. They're on their journey, they're on their path, and they have their reason and why they decide to pick up and leave. But they did you a favor, because at the end of the day, like, if you know your worth and you know your value, and somebody decides to pick up and leave, bye, right? We gotta have that strength inside of us, that we love ourselves enough to say, shit, if they decide to walk out on me, then they didn't really deserve all this love and all this energy and all this time that you were going to invest into them in Christmas or New Year's, and especially your money. So you're gonna buy like this amazing gift for them, and they decide to walk out. But I'm just saying, like, I'm joking around. I'm just saying, just at the end of the day, they didn't deserve that, So this is your time to just be grateful and appreciate all that you have right now in this very freaking moment, right? You have that ability to change your mindset and flip the script, and enjoy New Year's, enjoy Christmas, and say, shit, I don't need anybody. I don't need anybody to make me feel whole for a holiday. For a holiday, you don't need another body or another person to make you whole for a holiday, right? At the end of the day, you have you. You have your health, you have your strength, you have, your home, you have your kids, you have your family. If you don't have kids, it is what it is. You have your health, right? You're alive, you're healthy. There's just so much other things that we could be grateful for. And it's, again, I know it's hard. I know it's challenging to not allow your mind to shift to the shit that you don't have, because you're so used to having that person inside of your life when the holidays come around. But at the end of the day, again, if they're left your life, they left it like for their reason. That's their journey, and it's time to like fall in love with you, right? Fall in love with you in these moments. And I honestly feel like for me personally, for the New Year's, and for Christmas, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Is I'm gonna I'm gonna share with you guys what I'm planning to do. I'm gonna literally pamper myself. Pamper yourself. Love yourself that day. Like I'm gonna do a hair treatment. I'm gonna do a face mask. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to write some affirmations. I'm going to vomit out all my freaking negative feelings that I'm feeling all from the past. Just release it and let it go. I'm going to, light some incense, sage my house, clean my house nice and clean, and maybe take a bubble bath and just pour a bunch of love into myself to know that even if I don't have that other person inside of my life right now, I still love you. I still love you. You're still valuable. You're still beautiful. You're still amazing. It's okay. At the end of the day, if that person is not with you and if you're alone on these holidays, they did you a favor. They did you a favor. You're going to be walking in to 2021 a completely fresh, stronger version of yourself. And I hope that you listen, if whoever's listening to this video, even if you're not, if you're not spending time Christmas alone, I still feel like Christmas or New Year's Eve alone, I still think it's a time that you should show yourself self-love. We're literally going into a new year. Practice self-love on those days, give appreciation, reach out to some other people. What's been, I know this may sound selfish, but what's been helping me too is reaching out to other people and being like, hey, how are you doing? Hey, like, are you okay? That's exactly what I'm going to do for, for Christmas and New Year's as well, is I'm going to spread the love. I'm going to spread the love to everybody out there. I'm going to be like, hey, how are you doing? How have you been feeling? Are you having a good day? Just, spread the love, show other people that you care. And again, it's an amazing feeling when you're in that mental headspace, feeling alone or feeling anxiety or feeling stress, to get yourself out of that funk. Spread the love to other places. Like, spread the love to other people, whether it be you sending a text message to your brother, your sister, your aunt, your uncle, your best friend. I love you. I care about you. I'm grateful that you're inside of my life. I'm happy that we're going to be bringing in this New Year's together, right? Spread the love to the people that you have around you, right? Build that warmth feeling inside of you that, hey, I'm pretty sure out there we may not be celebrating with that person this year that we wish we were celebrating with, but we do have other unconditional love surrounding us. Whether that be your kids, whether it be your brother, your sister, your aunt, your uncle, whatever it is, you still have that unconditional love around you, right? So just share the love with them and just be grateful for having them. Because at the end of the day, I think of it like this. If that person really loves me and really cared about me, they would not leave me. So they don't deserve to open a new year and, an amazing, beautiful holiday with me, because at the end of the day, they didn't really love me. They didn't really love me, because if they really loved me, they wouldn't have, treated me like shit. They wouldn't have called me names. They wouldn't have disrespected me. They wouldn't have gaslighted me. They wouldn't have, put me down. They wouldn't have left. They wouldn't have cheated. They wouldn't have lied, and these are the things maybe you need, like, out there, whoever's listening to this, if anything like this resonates with you, take some time to reflect and remind yourself at the end of the day, hey, shit, you may be alone for Christmas or New Year's, but what's more worth it? What's more worth it? Be honest with yourself. What's more worth it? Being with somebody on New Year's or Christmas that they don't deserve your time and your energy? Or is it worth it to be by yourself and show yourself that love, that affection, that you know you deserve, right? Because I know deep down inside, you know, if you are alone on Christmas or New Year's, there's a reason for all of us and why we're alone on the holidays, right? There's a reason. Like, and it's all about your perspective and how you decide to see it, right? That's key thing that you need to know and understand on being alone for the holidays is what's your perspective? What's your perspective on being alone for the holidays? Like, I can share, you know, my perspective and how I'm seeing it. And hey, maybe what I'm saying can, you know, resonate with whoever is watching this, and maybe it's your perspective as well, but you just didn't see it before. But hey, maybe it's not. And maybe you need to sit and again, the same thing as saying about reflecting and say, what's my perspective on this? How am I looking at being alone for the holidays? Am I looking at it as a good thing, or am I looking at it as a negative thing that keeps making me drowned in negativity, making me feel like shit, making me feel like I'm nothing, making me feel worthless, making me feel not good about myself? Like, what's your perspective and where do you stand right now? Right? Weigh that out. And is it worth it to feel in this section, or is it worth it to feel like, no, maybe this is a perfect time for me to take some reflection on myself and learn and understand more of my feelings, more how can I become a better version of myself going into the New Year's? And I'm gonna protect my energy as much as possible going into the New Year's. I'm blessed. I'm amazing. I have a nice home. I'm an amazing person. Just feeding yourself with love instead of feeding yourself with that negativity, that other body, that other person is not there with you. If they're not there with you, you guys, they don't deserve to be there with you in the first freaking place. You are amazing. You are beautiful. You are God's greatest creation. Like, I believe in God, so I'm going to say God's greatest creation. Doesn't matter your religion, you know, God is God. You're amazing. You're beautiful. You're such an amazing person. And at the end of the day, if that person is just not in your life coming into this holiday, they weren't meant to be in your life for this holiday in the first freaking place, right? And I find myself, and I'll be completely open and honest with you guys, I find myself looking into like what they're doing. What is he doing? And it's not fair. Like, he has a girlfriend and they like it was happened so fast, and they're living their life and they're doing this, and we were just together, and I can't believe this happened. And I start again consuming myself with all the negative thoughts, and I don't even really know what the hell's going on with like his life or whatever, but it's those thoughts that we create in our head because we're just like frustrated that we want answers, or we want to know why, or why am I alone for like on the holidays? Like, why is this happening? I'm such a good person. I'm an amazing mom, or I was an amazing girlfriend, and then this happened. Like, it's weird. Why am I alone? Like, you know, and then you start just keep that's putting yourself down. You're alone for this holiday because at the end of the day, it's just time for you to take some time for yourself to reflect and love you more. That's what I'm realizing. It's my time to reflect and just love me more and see where I can be a better version of myself going into 2021. And that at the end of the day, if I'm by myself, there's a reason why I'm by myself, right? And that's the same thing with all this COVID shit that happened. There's a reason why, honestly, all this happened for so many people, for them to be by themselves. Look how many people have went through a divorce through this COVID situation because they've seen the true colors and the real sides of their husbands or wives, breakups, right? And, you know, friendships broken up. Like, just so much situations happen with people, you know, going their separate ways, right? And going through certain situations in this COVID situation. But it's like you becoming more awakened and knowing what your worth is, knowing your value, knowing what you're gonna accept, well, knowing what you're not gonna allow inside of your life. And even though, frig, does it hurt? Does it feel like shit? Does it suck that happened in this COVID situation where we're limited to be able to like interact with people? Shit, yes, it does. But at the end of the day, it forces us to look within. It forces us to look within ourselves. It forces us to look within ourselves, to know ourselves, start understanding who we are and where do we stand, right? And what boundaries are we going to start putting up, and understanding that, hey, shit, I'm worth it. I'm amazing, and I'm not going to let anybody come in my circle, whether I'm going to be alone or, you know, or I'm going to be with somebody. I'm not going to let anybody come in my circle who is not going to understand my boundaries, who is not going to, you know, respect me, who is not going to treat me like the queen or king that you are, right? Like, this is an amazing time, you guys, to take some time to just reflect. And some ways you can take time to reflect, you guys. I gave you some great tips on what you can do, you know, for the holidays, being by yourself. Meditate, take some quiet time, you know, read an amazing book or listen to an audio that can help your mind understand more about yourself, right? A self-development book, or write out some affirmations, or take some time to write a journal and just talk about, you know, all the things that, you know, are just not serving you no more, and just vomit it out. Or, you know, take some time to just reach out to people and just see how other people are doing. Share the love, you know, share the energy with other people out there, you know, and just take that time to reflect. So those are some tips, you guys, that you can do in this holiday moment of being alone. And it's just like, at the end of the day, know that life is not happening to you. Life is happening for you. There's a reason why you're alone right now in the holidays. Understand you're not alone either. Hey, shit, I'm alone for the holidays. And, you know, like, we're all going through it, right? So I just want to leave off as this. Anybody out there that's watching this video, if you're going to be alone for New Year's Eve, I am going to be doing a live at 11 p.m. So 11 p.m. on New Year's Eve, the 31st, I will be doing a live YouTube video, just to spend time with anybody out there that is celebrating New Year's alone. If you're celebrating New Year's alone, I am with you. We can celebrate it together. And we can do this. We can get through the holidays stronger, wiser, a better version of ourselves than we were when you were with that person that you're no longer with no more, you guys. Just sharing the love, sharing the energy with you guys, and spending time with you guys, because I know there's so many people out there that, you know, need that comfort and need someone to spend time with. So thank you so much for watching, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the second part of talking about being alone through the holidays. I hope I resonated with you guys in some sort of way, helped you guys in some sort of way to cope with being alone in the holidays. I always say at the end of my videos, each one, teach one, share the love, share the knowledge. And, you know, let's get out there and just, you know, become a better version of ourselves, you guys. I hope to see you guys again tomorrow. I will be doing another live at 11 a.m. Eastern time. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. And please, you guys, go check out my Instagram page. It is Toronto_Tracy_Gobin. I have a lot of great content that I post up on there as well, with motivational stuff, or you know, stuff to talk about entrepreneurial stuff. I'm always posting every day. So if you ever need a good read or some good motivation, go check that page out as well. Thank you so much again, you guys, for hopping on and watching and spending time with me. Take care and enjoy your Sunday.